So today I thought I would share with you my thoughts now that I've owned my Kurt Geiger XXL Flap in the leather for 6 months. Hello, and a very warm welcome to today's video. Those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, happy to have you here. For those of you who have seen my face before, thank you so much for coming back. I hope you're enjoying my videos. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, just celebrating who you are on a daily basis, backing yourself in life. I think it's the most important thing. If you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Also consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you're notified as and when I post. Anyway, let's get into today's topic. And today I wanted to share with you a 6-month update of my Kurt Geiger XXL Flap. I did a review of both of my XXL Flaps about 4 months ago. It was one of the earlier videos that I did when I first started YouTube. But I've now had the bag for about 6 months, and I'm going to do exclusively my leather one today because they are actually very different bags in terms of the way that they're used, the versatility of them. The material makes quite a big difference. So I have one in denim and I have one in leather. So like I said, I'm going to do leather. And I have mine in the kind of classic style, which has the big eagle on the front. Mine is in the grey leather, as you can see, and it has this kind of gunmetal-y hardware. Now, I did buy mine pre-loved, and on the newer ones, you do get a leather strap that comes, that does about this part of the handle. My denim one has it, this one just doesn't, probably about that much. Can be covered by leather, and then the rest of it is a chain like I've got. The chains themselves, they go through the bag. Mine's got lots of junk in it. I was using it at work today. They go through the bag, which means that you can either put it through as a shoulder bag, a crossbody, or if you tuck one of these under, it can become a top handle as well, depending on how you choose to do it. Now, what are my overall thoughts on the bag? I really like this. I've used this a lot. I've used this as a day bag. I've used this as a work bag. Where I think it suits me best, I think it's a better work bag than it is a day bag. The only thing I would say is a work bag, those make a lot of noise. However, it is incredibly roomy. It is incredibly versatile. The colour is very professional. If you're in an environment where you can slightly push the boundaries in terms of your fashion, something like a large eagle on the front of your bag doesn't make a huge impact, considering the fact that the rest of the bag is actually pretty subtle, I would say. The colours are quite muted, it's quite classic, minus that bit, of course. Now, I think this is great. It's got 2 compartments, and you can fit so much in it. You can't fit a 15-inch laptop, however, I could fit my 13-inch MacBook in this if I wanted to, and I have one of the older style MacBooks, which were a lot thicker, from about 2014. So it has 2 compartments. The front one has more space than the back because the handles run through the back one, but I just think this is an absolutely great bag. I get so many compliments on this. I think it is really easy, really versatile. I like the leather, I like the colour, I like the mixture with the hardware. As you know, silver is my favourite hardware. I just think it's a really lovely piece. I don't think it's a formal bag outside of work, I'll be honest. I think the size doesn't lend itself to formal occasions. However, I do think if you were to buy this style in a smaller bag, I think that would very much lend itself to a more formal occasion. But this, I would say, is a great work bag, or it's a great leather day bag, if that's what you were after. I don't worry about this, I don't baby this. It also has a base shaper in the bottom of it, which helps it to not sag, which is great. Now, slight downsides of these, or of this particular one. Firstly, the fact that it doesn't have the leather on the straps, because it's a slightly older one, means that it slips off my shoulder. But that isn't too much of a problem. It's just something that you might want to be aware of, because it can happen. My main issue with this is exactly this. So okay, so it's full, let's hold it. Look at how it slouches. Look at how it bulges. That, for me, it doesn't have as much structure as I would like it to. I would like it to be a more structured bag. When you buy these new, and I am interested in buying one new, but when you buy them new, they seem to be very rigid. And I was looking at one of the rainbow ones, and I don't know if that's because it's a slightly different leather, but this is much smushier and much more slouchy overall than those ones appear to be. And I don't know if that's just because this is aged. This wasn't used very much when I got it. It was in brilliant condition when I got it. So I think maybe that's me who's done that to it, but it is quite smushy. But that's also because it's got this kind of pillowy leather almost, which some people will really, really love. I personally prefer a little bit more structure. The only other thing that it does, and I will try and demonstrate, but knowing my luck, it's now not going to do it. But, oh, it does that. So when I go in to grab something from it and I release the flap, it does that. And I liken this to, it looks actually weird with that, I liken this to kind of the sorting hat from Harry Potter, or one of those howlers, you know, that Ron's mum sends him, that kind of talks like, that's what this reminds me of when it does that. And I just think it makes the bag look, I don't even know, I just think it looks stupid, to be honest. And it's because of what I've got in it, clearly, that's pushing the front out more than the flap. But then that means that it lessens the space. You basically have to have just that much space. And it's a bigger bag than that, as you can see. It can be really, really big. So that to me is maybe a little bit of a design oversight, the fact that it doesn't compensate for that. Or maybe I just have to stop being lazy and spend the time to pull it over the top. But sometimes if you're just going in and out of it, you don't want to have to pull the flap over every time, but also you don't want it to look like the sorting hat. So yes, those would be my only two complaints about it, would be the smushiness and the sorting hat mouth. However, overall, I would say this is solidly an 8 out of 10 bag. It is so, so versatile. It's so easy to use. I do not worry about it in the slightest. The amount that you can fit in it is excellent. It can get really heavy, but it still feels comfortable to wear. I just really like it. I used this when I went into London a few weeks ago as well. It's a great work bag. It's a brilliant, brilliant bag. Really, really good bag. I cannot recommend it enough. Would I get another one in leather? Yes, I would. I would. I think I would go for one of the more seasonal or more out there patterns. I do keep eyeing up the rainbow one, but the metallic rainbow, not the matte rainbow. I don't know. I'll see what really takes my fancy. But I would absolutely buy another one of these. The customer service in Kurt Geiger as well is impeccable. I didn't buy this from the store, but I buy a lot of my shoes from them. They're fantastic. I also buy a lot of SLGs from them. Again, fantastic. Really, really friendly. Really want to help. Really give you a great experience, and they want you to enjoy your time there. So, and I'm fortunate that we've got a store in Milton Keynes, so I can go and visit that. But I really do recommend this. I think it's great for someone who's on the go. Do be mindful of whether or not this would suit your frame or not. If you just want a huge bag, this is great, if you don't care. But if you don't think a bag this size with a 38 centimetre base will fit your frame, then maybe this isn't the one for you. But they do them in so many sizes, so many textures. I would thoroughly, thoroughly recommend. I would also maybe consider this in black, but I'm just worried about the smushiness of it. But I need to go and have a proper look. At the moment, I'm not really looking too deeply at things that I'm not interested in buying at that exact moment. But I think I will at some point go and have a really good look at this in black or rainbow and see maybe if one of them's for me. But there we have it, guys. This is my Kurt Geiger XXL Flap. Really thoroughly recommend it. 8 out of 10, like I said. It's an absolutely fabulous bag, can fit the kitchen sink. I would say go for it. And it's at a really good price point, brand new. Sorry, I haven't even mentioned the price. Brand new, these are around £280. I paid about half that for mine because I bought mine pre-loved, as it's a bit of a tester for me. But I do think it would be worth the money full. I would pay £280 for this. Absolutely, I would. So, yes, I would be happy to do that going forward. So, highly recommend. Give it a go. If you have any questions about mine, let me know. Anyway, guys, thank you so much as always for watching, and I look forward to seeing my next video. Take care.